Hey guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel, a Destiny guide channel for the Blueberry Muffin Clan. My name is First Mark Banner, and I've decided to start this channel as a means to help some of our clan members who may be new to the game get a foothold on some of the more difficult aspects of cooperative PvE activities. This is in the hopes of promoting raid runs during a time when the Destiny franchise as a whole is really struggling. Our clan, in general, is still very much active, and we're trying to promote the game in a positive way during this dry spell. Keep in mind, I'm by no means offering this as the definitive meta when it comes to running raids. These suggestions are not necessarily the absolute most efficient way to accomplish what is being presented, but really that's the beauty of a game like Destiny. You can choose multiple ways to accomplish the same goal. These are, however, tried and true methods tested through well over 100 raids, and unless I'm just messing around, I very rarely die or cause team wipes in a raid anymore, because I've developed certain steps to take in each section and perfected them through tons and tons of practice. So even if you don't use all of these steps, maybe there's one thing that you take out of here that maybe you didn't think of before and you find useful. And that's great. That's really the goal of this video. With all of that said, let's get started. My first guide is going to address the difficulties associated with a one-phase clear of the pleasure gardens on challenge mode. We begin the encounter by clearing out all of the ads, and ideally you want to do this grouped up together as a team. Destiny 2 is so heavily focused on a team shoot meta right now in PvP, and this is really where those skills can be useful in PvE. The reason you want to circle the map together to clear ads is because all of the beast handlers have a high probability of dropping heavy ammo, which you're going to need if you plan to one-phase the Pleasure Garden challenge. I did this particular run as a hunter because they are the most challenging class in terms of sheer damage against the royal beasts in the pleasure gardens. Warlocks have it easy with the Vortex Grenade followed by Nova Bomb followed by a second Vortex Grenade due to the Raid Helmet mods. Titans are absolute monsters with double Pulse Grenades and potentially a third Pulse Grenade after using your super. Unfortunately, hunters get the proverbial short end of the stick because in terms of damage over time, they don't have the versatility of Titans or Warlocks. Their burst damage is second to none. However, when you're trying to take down multiple targets, the damage over time offered by the other two classes is just plain out superior. Anyway, I'm running a hunter now just to demonstrate that they are more than capable of holding their own and accomplishing multiple kills during a single damage phase. Once all of the ads have been cleared, it's time to run the maze of the pleasure gardens. A couple of general tips to keep in mind during the damage phase. 1. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, and 2. Do not try to use class abilities that enhance damage. Things like the Rally Barricade or an Empowering Rift will actually cancel your damage buff, and you'll be doing little to no damage to the Royal Beasts. As far as subclass goes, I'd recommend using Golden Gun with Celestial Nighthawk, and in terms of weapons, I'd highly recommend using Rocket Launcher with Cluster Bombs. These things can do insane damage if you shoot them correctly underneath the Royal Beasts. Make sure that you have the Rocket Launcher as your equipped weapon before you pick up the Crystal or the Seeds, so that it's ready to go and you're not having to switch weapons on the fly during the damage phase. It seems simple enough, but it's the small details like this that'll help you utilize the time you have to damage effectively. I didn't happen to lead this party, but when you're serving as the leader down in the trenches, it's always best to go out the right side of the safe room. Even if the flower immediately to the left is lit up, it's still better to go out the right side, and it is always better to grab the L2 or the R2 flower first. The reason for this is pretty simple. During the first round, the flowers that are lit up will always be L1 and R2, or L2 and R1. No matter which it is, by going out the right side, you can run directly to either R2 or L2 with little to no delay in terms of waiting for a royal beast to pass. You can then immediately follow up by going directly to L1 or R1 with no delay or wait. This is excellent, especially when you're not doing challenge mode, because you can very easily get near to or above 100 damage buff stacks even when you're taking your time. As you can see here, we immediately ran to R2 without having to wait on a royal beast. Contrary to popular belief, it is okay to run by one if you're in the general proximity. You just need to be extra careful if they're really close, and you need to try to avoid crossing over their footsteps if you can, just as an added precaution. As you can see here, we got to R2 relatively quickly, and while avoiding footprints, we made our way back. As I said before, I wasn't leading the party, so I followed this guy to L2 before I realized what happened and verbally corrected his path. We ran out real quick just to make sure that we were clear so that we could all go directly to L1. And that's exactly what we did. We circled around the tree, stacked up on the flower, got our buff, and it's at this point as a fire team you want to make your way to your dogs and do damage to complete the challenge. Now, there is a way of getting more stacks while still completing the challenge, but it's overly complicated and largely unnecessary. As a hunter, the very first thing you want to do is use your golden gun. That one-shot burst damage is pretty amazing. However, it's really important that you take your time and make sure that your shot connects. As you're going to see, there is no real rush. You're going to have plenty of time to work on a second beast if needed. Take your time to line up that shot, as the damage is worth taking an extra second or two. Once golden gun has been used, it's time to switch to rockets. For demonstration purposes, I didn't use my dodge to reload my rocket launcher, but you absolutely should, as a faster way to reload. I just wanted to demonstrate that even with only 24 stacks, there is plenty of time, even when you're manually reloading. A few rockets later, this beast is finished, and you have spare time to help out with another if needed. In this case, the Guardian at R3 went down, so I made my way over there to help out, as I had plenty of time, even as a hunter. And that's that. The Pleasure Garden challenge is now complete within the first damage phase. That's all I have for today. Because this is my first video, I encourage you to leave me feedback. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you think I could do better, or if there's another raid topic you'd like to see me cover. I currently have a Royal Pulls video in the works, as well as tips for the Prestige Callus encounter, as that is by far where most teams seem to struggle. If there is further interest or anything else specific you'd like to see, just let me know. All of my fellow Muffins can find me in our Discord, but if anyone else watching this video is interested in contacting me, hit me up in the comments here, or feel free to just jump right into my game when you see me online. My PSN is firstmarkbanner, that's FIRSTMARKBANNOR. A like would also be appreciated, as these videos are hard work. My hat goes off to all those professional Destiny content creators who do this regularly. With that said, I wish you all the best of luck and fun times running those raids.